Welcome back to American Death Update. Over the past few days, we've sadly learned about the loss of some extraordinary figures. In today's episode, we'll be paying tribute to their lives and legacies, as well as revisiting the stars we've recently said goodbye to. Before we get started, we kindly ask for your support. If these stories or the memories of these remarkable individuals have impacted you, please consider subscribe a way to honor and remember them. Thank you. Chad McQueen, the Karate Kid actor and son of Steve McQueen, dies at 63. Chad McQueen, son of the legendary fellow Hollywood actor Steve McQueen, has died. He was 63. Chad McQueen's family announced his death on social media Thursday, calling his life a remarkable journey. He passed his passion, knowledge, and dedication down to us, and we will continue not only his legacy, but our grandfathers as well. They captioned an Instagram photo of McQueen in a classic convertible on his verified account. McQueen died Wednesday, his lawyer, Arthur Behrens, confirmed to the Associated Press. A cause of death has not been shared. McQueen is best known for his role as Dutch in 1984's The Karate Kid and its sequel, 1986's The Karate Kid Part 2. The family asked for privacy as they navigate this difficult time and as we remember and celebrate his extraordinary life. The Los Angeles-born actor picked up race car driving in later years, founding McQueen Racing. He hung up racing in the mid-2000s after suffering severe injuries. Ralph Macchio, Martin Kovape tribute to Karate Kid's Rob Garrison Cobra Kai's Never Die. McQueen was also known for starring in the 1993 action film Firepower as Darren Braniff, opposite Gary Daniels. He also served as an executive producer on a number of films, including two Steve McQueen documentaries, I Am Steve McQueen and Steve McQueen, The Man and Le Man. McQueen was one of two children and the only son of father and famed film anti-hero Steve McQueen, known as the King of Cool. Steve McQueen, also a racing driver, died in 1980 at age 50. The actor is survived by three children, Stephen, Chase, and Madison, and wife Jeannie Galbraith. Stephen McQueen followed in his father and grandfather's footsteps and is best known for starring in The Vampire Diaries as Jeremy Gilbert. Shannon Doherty, Beverly Hills 90210 star, dies at 53 after cancer battle. Shannon Doherty got her start with early roles on Little House on the Prairie, and Father Murphy. Doherty was born in Memphis, Tennessee on April 12, 1971, the second child of Rosa and John Thomas Doherty. Her family relocated to Los Angeles when she was 7. Doherty nabbed her first acting gig just a few years later, appearing in 2 episodes of the 1981 to 1983 Western drama Father Murphy, created by Michael Landon of Little House on the Prairie fame. Doherty fondly remembered the job by sharing a photo of herself in costume on Instagram in 2021. She was 53. Doherty's death was confirmed Sunday by publicist Leslie Sloan in a statement shared with USA Today after people broke the news of the star's death. On Saturday, the actress lost her battle with cancer after many years of fighting the disease. Sloan's statement read, "The devoted daughter, sister, aunt, and friend was surrounded by her loved ones, as well as her dog, Bowie," the statement said. The family asks for their privacy at this time so they can grieve in peace. Doherty has been open about her health in recent years after being diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015. In November, she shared in a People magazine cover story that the cancer had spread to her bones. Remembering Shannon Doherty, Alyssa Milano honors her charmed co-star after complicated relationship. Remembering those we lost, celebrity deaths. 2024. The actress starred as Prue Halliwell, one of the sisters with magical powers on TV's Charmed, and had roles on TV's Little House on the Prairie, as well as in the movie comedies Mallrats and Heathers. She got her big break on Fox's teen soap, Beverly Hills 90210 Hills 90210, portraying high schooler Brenda Walsh, who with her twin brother Brandon, Jason Priestley, adjusts to life among the wealthy when their family moves from Minnesota to California. In 2016, she told USA Today that the cancer had spread to her lymph nodes. For a brief period, it appeared Daugherty was in the clear. After a single mastectomy that same year, she completed radiation and chemotherapy treatment in February 2017 and announced she was in remission 2 months later. Then in February 2020, Daugherty revealed that her breast cancer had metastasized to stage 4. In June 2023, she announced on Instagram that a CT scan months prior showed the cancer had spread to her brain, for which she was receiving radiation. "My fear is obvious," she wrote in her post. "I am extremely claustrophobic, and there was a lot going on in my life. The turmoil, the timing of it all. This is what cancer can look like." When she shared in November 2023 that the cancer had spread to her bones, she sought to dispel the idea that she was helpless. People don't know a lot about cancer. I think they sort of assume it means you can't walk, you can't eat, you can't work. They put you out to pasture at a very early age. You're done, you're retired, and we're not, she told People. We're vibrant, and we have such a different outlook on life. We're just so grateful for every second, every hour, every day we get to be here. We are people who want to work and embrace life and keep moving forward. We worked in Tucson, Arizona, in 100-degree-plus weather, wearing buckskins, and I loved every minute. She captioned the image of her younger self beaming. It remains one of my fondest memories. Landon later cast Daugherty in the 9th season of frontier drama Little House as Jenny Wilder, a role she revived for 3 TV movies. Daugherty found success on the big screen as well, booking parts in Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, 1985, a light-hearted teen dance movie, and Heathers, 1988, a caustic comedy co-starring Christian Slater and Winona Ryder. Daugherty played Brenda on Beverly Hills 90210 from 1990 to 1994. While there were reports she was fired for her behavior, executive producer Aaron Spelling discounted those rumors in a 1998 interview with the Los Angeles Times. "I tell you the truth, all those stories about Shannon were so overblown," said Spelling, who died in 2006. Was she late on the set a couple of times? Sure, but who isn't? Shannon was not fired from 90210. She had received some TV movie offers, and we sat down and talked about it, and she made the decision. Since then, Daugherty had starred in a string of TV horror movies, including Satan's School for Girls, 2000, Witch Slayer Gretel, 2012, and Blood Lake, Attack of the Killer Lampreys, 2014. Daugherty returned to the role of Brenda for multiple episodes in 2008 and 2009 for CW's Beverly Hills revival 90210. She also appeared in 2019's short-lived BH 90210, in which her former co-stars played caricatures of themselves. The show was canceled after 6 episodes. Francine Pascal was an author who helped revolutionize young adult literature with her popular Sweet Valley High series and its spin-offs. Died July 28, 2024. Who else died on July 28th? Details of death. Died at a New York City hospital of lymphoma at the age of 92. Pascal had 3 children from her marriage to Offenberg. Her daughter, Jamie Stewart Carmen, was an NBC producer who died in 2008. John Pascal died of lung cancer in 1981. Francine Pascal later wrote the novel If Wishes Were Horses, 1994, a work of autofiction about her marriage and widowhood, in which the protagonist moves to France following the death of her husband. Pascal died of lymphoma at New York Presbyterian Hospital on July 28, 2024, at the age of 92. Francine Pascal's legacy. Pascal began her writing career working on the 1960s soap opera The Young Marrieds, and in 1977 she wrote her first young adult novel, Hangin' Out with CC. In the early 1980s, Pascal had the idea to combine her 2 past writing experiences into a soap opera for teens. She initially pitched the idea as a TV show, but when networks weren't interested, she pivoted to envision a series of novels, and Sweet Valley High was born. Debuting in 1983 with Double Love, the Sweet Valley High collection focused on Elizabeth and Jessica Wakefield, blonde California twins with perfect size 6 figures. Over the course of 181 books, and dozens of others in subsequent spin-offs, the twins' lives and loves at the titular high school developed. Pascal did not actually author all the books in the various Sweet Valley series. She wrote the first dozen, creating the characters and writing what she called a Bible, with deep detail on their lives, looks, personalities, and surroundings. She also developed the stories for each and every book, but she then passed those stories off to ghostwriters to bring them to fruition. Pascal oversaw that team of wordsmiths, requiring that they painstakingly follow the elements in her primer as they penned the books. She described the ghostwriter's work as like paint by numbers in a 2012 interview for the Culture Brats blog. She created the outlines, and the writers filled them in. Early life and education. Francine Paula Rubin was born on May 13, 1932, in Manhattan, New York, and raised in Jamaica, Queens, New York. She was the daughter of Kate Dunitz and William Rubin, an auctioneer. Her family was Jewish. She studied journalism at New York University and began her career writing for magazines, including Cosmopolitan, Ladies' Home Journal, Modern Screen, and True Confessions. In 1958, she married Jerome Offenberg until divorcing in 1963. In 1964, she married John Pascal until his death in 1981. James Earl Jones, acclaimed Field of Dreams actor and voice of Darth Vader, dies at 93. Jones's representative, Barry McPherson, confirmed the actor's death in a statement too. A cause of death was not disclosed. He passed this morning surrounded by his loved ones, McPherson said. He was a great man. Jones was an acclaimed star of stage and screen, winning Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards, though later, his unmistakable voice became as famous as his usually smiling face. He invited generations of TV viewers with the signature "This is CNN" line for the cable news channel, had parental gravitas as the brave Mufasa in Disney's classic 1994 animated The Lion King and its 2019 remake, but was most famous for his signature lines, "I am your father" as Vader. "I've done a King Lear too. Do the kids know that? No. They have the Darth Vader poster to sign, but it's okay," Jones said in a 2010 Broadway.com interview. "When you appear before an audience, you learn to accept whatever they give you. Hopefully, they give you their ears," as Anthony said. A native of Arcabutla, Mississippi, Jones was raised by his grandparents in Michigan and overcame a stutter in early childhood. After studying drama at the University of Michigan, he moved to New York in 1957 to follow in the footsteps of his father, Robert Earl, who left before Jones was born, as an actor. The next year, he made his Broadway debut in Sunrise at Campobello, beginning a storied theater career that included Tony-winning turns in The Great White Hope 1969 and Fences 1987, as well as high-profile roles in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Driving Miss Daisy, and You Can't Take It With You. On the big screen, Jones first appeared in 1964's classic Cold War satire, Dr. Strangelove, earned a Best Actor Oscar nomination for the 1970 film adaptation of Great White Hope, and over the course of 5 decades also starred in Conan the Barbarian 1982, Coming to America 1988, Field of Dreams 1989, and The Sandlot 1993. Field of Dreams, like the 1987 John Sayles coal miner drama Matewan, was one of the very few movies I've done that I really cherish, Jones told in 2014 for the baseball-themed drama's 25th anniversary. Movies that have very simple themes, simple stories to tell, but very powerful and compact, he said. Why they're important to me is because in that simplicity, magic can happen if you just let it happen and don't force it. But Jones, who received an honorary Oscar at the 2011 Governor's Awards and a special Tony for Lifetime Achievement in 2017, wasn't even seen on screen for arguably his most trademark role. Beginning in George Lucas's original 1977 blockbuster Star Wars, Jones voiced the intergalactic villain Darth Vader,
who almost instantly became one of Hollywood's quintessential antagonists and still endures. The fearsome menace was named the number 3 film villain of all time by the American Film Institute, behind only Hannibal Lecter and Norman Bates. "I'm simply special effects," Jones said in a 2009 interview with the AFI about his role as Vader. He added that Lucas wanted a darker voice than that of David Prowse, the towering British actor under Vader's mask and body armor. So he hires a guy born in Mississippi and raised in Michigan who stutters, "And that's the voice, and that's me." I lucked out. From all these so-called handicaps, I lucked out to get a job that paid me $7,000. I thought that was good money, and I got to be a voice on a movie. It was great fun to be part of that. Jones reprised his role as Mufasa in director Jon Favreau's 2019 remake of The Lion King, which featured photorealistic animals. Favreau recalled that when working with Jones, he asked me if I had any direction for him, and I didn't know what to say. It was like, "Just do what you do, you are him." It would be like him asking me how to play Darth Vader. "You've created this character, and decades have gone, and we've all grown with it." Jones also revisited his famed Star Wars character for a cameo in the 2019 film Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. The actor later authorized the use of archival recordings of his voice, supplemented by artificial intelligence, for future projects in the franchise. Sound editor Matthew Wood told Vanity Fair in 2022. James Earl Jones reveals diabetes diagnosis. In a 2016 interview with AOL, Jones revealed he was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes while attending a diet and exercise program. "I fell asleep on the bench in the middle of the gymnasium," Jones told AOL. "The doctor who happened to be there told me, 'That's not normal.' I took the test, and there it was. Type 2 diabetes, and it hit me like a thunderbolt." Despite the initial shock of his diagnosis, Jones remained optimistic about continuing his acting career. "I accepted I will always be a diabetic," he said, "but I can live a full life."
John Mayall, godfather of British blues, dies at 90 amid health issues. John Mayall, known as the godfather of British blues, has died. He was 90. It is with heavy hearts that we bear the news that John Mayall passed away peacefully in his California home yesterday, July 22, 2024, surrounded by loving family. His family shared on his official website Tuesday. Health issues that forced John to end his epic touring career have finally led to peace for one of this world's greatest road warriors. The statement added, "John Mayall gave us 90 years of tireless efforts to educate, inspire, and entertain." Mayall's family did not elaborate on his health issues. USA Today reached out to reps for the musician. From Cher to Ozzy Osbourne, see the 2024 list of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, remembering those we lost. Celebrity Deaths, 2024. The Grammy-nominated artist was a quintessential pioneer of blues music in England. In the 1960s, he formed the band John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, which had over 70 members throughout its inception, including Carolyn Wonderland, John McVie, Peter Green, Eric Clapton, Mick Fleetwood, Harvey Mandel, and more. We, the Mayall family, cannot thank his fans and long list of band members enough for the support and love we were blessed to experience secondhand over the last 6 decades, his family noted in their statement Tuesday. In April, Mayall was announced as a 2024 inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the Musical Influence Award, along with other late blues heroes Alexis Korner and Big Mama Thornton. In a 2014 interview with The Guardian, the singer and musician spoke of his love for blues, noting the genre is about raw honesty with which it expresses our experiences in life, something which all comes together in this music, in the words as well, something that is connected to us, common to our experiences. He later spoke about his love of touring in a 2019 interview with Rock and Blues Muse. The interaction with the audience is really the most exciting thing about it, as well as the music that we create on stage. The fact that we share it with people and we get the reaction and the feel for how it all works out. That's always been a nice thing about live performance, he said. Mayall is survived by his 6 children, Gaz, Jason, Red, Ben, Zach, and Samson, in addition to 7 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. Pioneering daytime TV host Phil Donahue dies at 88. Daytime talk show legend Phil Donahue, whose pioneering The Phil Donahue Show revolutionized TV with studio audience participation on topical social issues, has died. He was 88. Donahue's death was confirmed Monday by a family spokesperson, Susie Aarons, who said Donahue died peacefully following a long illness, surrounded by family members and his beloved golden retriever, Charlie Donahue, who was married to actress Marlo Thomas for more than 40 years, hosted more than 6,000 episodes of his game-changing The Phil Donahue Show, later shortened to Donahue, from 1967 to 1996. At the peak of Donahue's nationally syndicated TV reign, the silver-haired host was a familiar TV presence, charging across the studio with his cordless microphone to allow audience members to weigh in on the discussions. Donahue kicked open the doors for similar daytime talk shows, including The Oprah Winfrey Show, hosted by eventual ratings rival Oprah Winfrey, as well as more tabloid-style competitors like Sally Jessy Raphael, Jerry Springer, and Geraldo Rivera. Remembering those we lost, he may not have invented talking to people on television. He just did it better than anyone who came before him. All of us who came after Phil Donahue owe him a tremendous debt of gratitude, Winfrey has said. Had there not been a Phil Donahue, there could not have been an Oprah. Born in Cleveland on December 21, 1935, the Irish Catholic host blazed a new TV path when The Phil Donahue Show premiered on November 6, 1967. The University of Notre Dame graduate and radio host had been recruited by TV station WLWD in Dayton, Ohio, to repackage his call-in program for local TV. Without the stars common on TV talk shows in hubs like Los Angeles and New York City, Donahue leaned into hot-button issues with callers and audience members asking questions. The first-time TV host kicked off with a contentious audience discussion with atheist activist Madalyn Murray O'Hair. "Honest to goodness, I didn't think I was going to be able to get out of the building. People went berserk," Donahue said in an interview with the Archive of American Television. "We knew we had to have personalities that would move you to go to that telephone. The response was so intense that we paralyzed part of the phone system in Dayton." Donahue's innovation of encouraging studio members to participate in the often emotional mix of news and cultural issues was a significant change from celebrity chat show predecessors like Merv Griffin and Mike Douglas. "A talk show is a fundamentally democratic event," Donahue said at his induction to the Television Hall of Fame in 1993. "It allows the people who really own the airwaves, the public, to stand up and actually use them. Nobody screens our audience. Nobody tells our audience what to say. This is the street corner." Donahue was almost as enduring as the couple's marriage, lasting nearly 3 decades before it was overtaken by competition like Oprah, which premiered in September 1986, as well as more outrageous spawn such as The Sally Jessy Raphael Show, 1983, and The Jerry Springer Show, 1991. The street became very crowded with Donahue followers, Donahue said in an Emmy interview, and it got racier and racier. The attempt to draw the crowd became so intense that the selection of material became more bizarre with each passing week. With sagging ratings, Donahue retired from TV in February 1996, just a half season away from his 30th year wielding the microphone. In July 2002, he returned to host the talk show Donahue on MSNBC, which was canceled after 7 months. Donahue received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Joe Biden in May 2024. He broadcast the power of personal stories in living rooms all across America. He helped change hearts and minds through honest and open dialogue, Biden said. Over the course of a defining career in television and through thousands of daily conversations, Phil Donahue steered the nation's discourse and spoke to our better angels.